Honestly, I think at this point, women does not exist on the internet. I, I generally do think that women do not exist. Co-Soviet Russian confirmed. I am not a Russian, okay? All right. Yeah, pretty much. It's like Florida. It's like the way how the Florida guy, the chief or the police officer that was talking or so. We're basically like that. We're like very logical people over here. I'm like, if you do obstruct, anything in general, you will be arrested. And it's just point and period. No, that's pretty much it. So, but anyways, enough about that. Girls don't exist anymore. At this point, moving forward, when this technology becomes available for live streamers, you're literally going to see guys doing this on Twitch. And probably they might use a voice changer for this. And then at this point, it's over. It's over for let me see. It's over for the top, I'd say it'd be over for the top 50 girls top 50 popular girls on Twitch. I think maybe OF might be over too as well, to be honest, because if these because at the end of the day, right? Guys understand guys, right? Girls don't understand guys, because there's some things I don't understand specifically, right? But with this in general, I'm gonna be honest with you. Guys are best girls. Well, there are some that can pull it off, to be honest, at the end of the day. Freaking, what's his name? Vladimir. Freaking Vladimir can pull it off. Honestly, you guys have to see this in order to believe it, because honestly, this is a crazy technology.
What's the big difference between AI and my height? AI is still growing. And most people recognize that a lot of jobs that exist today won't exist in the next handful of years because AI will replace them, and companies are being pretty forward about that. There's plenty of signs about,
You know what the funny thing about it? I saw this passed on my Twitter feed, right? They said it's over for VTubers, and then they showed like how like the guy can transform into a girl basically. At the end of the day, 2D is better than 3D at the end of the day. So I'm just saying. There's just some things that 2D is just better compared to 3D.
The corporate direction here and the role AI is going to play and the effect it's going to have on the workforce. But what a lot of people still don't fully understand is even if somehow your job survives the initial purge, your life is still directly being affected by AI's existence in a negative way, such as electronics prices getting higher and higher. Most recently, the RAM crisis that hasn't even fully set in yet, by the way, and already seeing an explosion in price there.
I was there when the what was it? The cam girls were crashing. It's not even the OF girls. It was the cam girls. The cam girls were crashing out over Melody. How she got so popular because she decided to think outside the box,
But even outside of that, as data centers become more and more common, as more and more get installed, the price of just living in the area is going to go up. And we're already seeing that in communities that have data centers going up, where water, electricity, all of that, their price has started to increase exponentially because of data centers. So even just being in proximity to AI as it becomes even bigger is a net negative on your life in terms of being able to live it or own things or pay for things that you previously had no problems paying for. But also, outside of that, not even your gooning is safe. AI filters have gotten so good that now anybody can pretend to be a hot babe, holy honkers, big titted online influencer that's influencing the nut right out of your sack.
You know what I'm thinking from this technology? I think if the VTubers got their hands on this, if the VTubers actually get their hands on it specifically, the one VTuber that comes into my mind specifically when he said big boobas is that one cow VTuber. That one cow, is she a mommy? I'm not too sure if she's a mommy or not. I don't know if she's a real mom or something. But it's that one cow VTuber, right? Is that her name? Yeah. You know what would be funnier so is that she gets this if she gets this technology, right? But like she does the same thing as her VTuber model, just has like big giant bahunka-gagoos. And it's just like it's like massive, like fucking like unproportionately unrealistic boob size for this technology. Like if she gets her hands on it, I feel like I can totally see that if VTubers got their hands on this model, like on this,
and
like,
you're
tech.
none the wiser to it actually not being a human being there. It's all AI, or in some cases a dude with the AI filters on, as well as a voice changer. That's another thing that's become very common so far since this has gotten so sophisticated. But oftentimes on Instagram in particular, it's just fully AI, no actual human being there, and they're making tons and tons of money, tens of thousands of dollars per month based on some of the reports I've seen from these individuals, as well as some of these are even like small businesses that are just pumping out AI women on Instagram to make money.
Really? That's what's happening on Instagram?
I saw the real-time AI filter on Twitter. That shit's crazy. Which one?
What the fuck? The mortuary assistant is getting a movie?
Right now. I imagine it was probably this one. This one I think is the big one.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, there it is. That's the one right there.
You're gonna be squeezing your hog to this pretty soon, and you'll never even know.
You know what's... I didn't want to say anything, right? I didn't want to say anything, but like... Look, man, I'm not gonna say the joke, but you know exactly what I'm thinking about when I'm seeing this in the corner, okay?
Meanwhile, our boy here's gonna be raking in all the doubloons. But this is big now. I've seen quite a few of these. Still very easy to tell, though.
Americans.
Not really. Not at all, actually.
Hey man, AI gonna change the India servers. I ain't gonna lie, to be honest.
Imagine just in a small face cam on stream, you would have no idea this would be an AI avatar. He will absolutely just be using an AI voice filter.
Yep.
You'd have no clue. You'd have to.
I don't have. It's not an AI voice filter. It's an AI voice changer. There's AI voice changers. I don't know how good the technology is now because I only have the older model. I don't have any of the new ones. It's kind of hard to keep up with like so many like new different versions and everything like that. So I'm trying to update one of mine or so because I'm having issues or so ever since I updated my GPU.
Really be getting into the weeds of it to try and spot anything. It's very, very tough. My 50-year-old coworker subbed to like 6 OnlyFans girls. This will destroy him. I'm pretty sure it's bannable on OnlyFans to do AI creators there, but if you just shit out like 100 of them, it doesn't matter how many get banned as long as you can just have a few of them last long enough to get the money out of it. It's really big on Instagram right now.
Really? It's on Instagram?
AI Instagram influencers are making tons of money.
Jesus. And look at me, I haven't really used that much. The only AI that I have used or so was for like... It's for images or so, when I'm like, you know, thinking up concepts or so for the drawings that I need to do. That's kind of like basically it.
Like here's one of them that has 550k, Emily Pellegrini. But this one is at least disclosing that it's an AI influencer. Some of the other really successful ones don't do that.
Suno too, but I haven't really been missing.
I don't know.
I've been messing with it
Emily
too much.
Pellegrini AI lady, but there are so many. Kind of obvious that it's AI, right? To some people, and in some ways, but not all the time. This one will absolutely be hard for people to find out. And in some of the other videos I saw of this, the hair moves like 1-to-1. It's like really very difficult.
That's crazy, though.
Especially when you consider that the way this will be used is just on like normal streams or like TikTok lives where it's going to be much tougher.
Oh, yeah.
Dolan made a video on an AI music artist that signed a $3 million deal. I know, I covered that same story. And it's not a music artist, by the way. That implies that there's like an actual art to it. It's just AI drivel. Signed a $3 million record deal. I went to a marketing conference, and AI influencers are going to kill influencer jobs. All the big brands will just make a character do whatever they want. It won't happen overnight, but that is something I've talked about as well. Why would a brand even work with a human being for like a brand deal? It's expensive, and you can't control everything they say or how they talk about it.
Plus, also at the same time, remember during the they could bot their views or their followers or whatever. So technically, why would they want to work with influencers in general, even though they could be faking their numbers? Because let me remind you, what's his name? Schrodinger or whatever his name is, he faked his views. A lot of other content creators have faked their views. What is it? Extra Life or whatever his name, whatever the name of that content creator, also faked their views, but they were getting sponsorships. And well, at the end of the day, nobody was really, there's a lot of people who get like fake views in general, and they get this extra money from sponsorships. So sponsorships are getting fucking finessed from content creators and influencers in general. So
a brand will most likely just invest like very tiny amount of resources, like a matter of $100 or $200, to just do an AI avatar to promote their product.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They don't have to pay any money at the end of the day.
Definitely coming soon.
Yep.
Yeah, they're already doing that. It's fucked. Who's doing that right now? Give me a brand. I want to check it out. I didn't know it had already started. The only ones I know are the TikTok AI influencer farms that I was just briefly mentioning, where they just have AI like this endlessly on loop shilling products. Oh, that's what you're talking about, the AI live sellers. Yeah. I know about that. I thought you were talking... I'm talking about, like, big brands are going to do it, too.
Oh, yeah, no, they're going to do it. 100%.
Like, I think Coke will probably be one of the first ones to do that. Coke loves their AI-generated ads.
Yes, they do.
I'm sure they'll just start partnering with...
Actually,
I'm sure they will stop partnering with any real people for their advertising. They'll just do AI for it.
I don't really see any Coke ads.
Here's an article, though, on the AI live sellers. I don't know if it has the collage that I've been trying to find. Wow, what is this?
We're so screwed, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, we are so screwed.
AI virtual sales avatars are transforming live stream e-commerce by outperforming humans with 24/7 real-time demonstrations and higher conversion rates. AI-powered tools grow more sophisticated. Concerns about job security among workers have been rising. However, certain professions still appear to be safe, like sales, where the human touch, charisma, and conversational skills remain essential. Sales domain, nonetheless, might be experiencing a transformative phase. In China, AI-powered avatars are increasingly being leveraged for product sales over live streams, as reported by Wired. Notably, these virtual entities are beginning to surpass their human counterparts in performance. Case in point is Japanese electronics firm Brother, which has adopted virtual salespeople in China, where live streams serve as a popular and effective vehicle for product sales. Within just 2 hours of deployment, Brother's AI avatar secured 2,500 in printer sales, representing a 30% enhancement over traditional live stream sales. These avatars are crafted by Shanghai's marketing agency Pilter Firm and have been unleashed.
I ain't gonna lie, some people have way too much time. I'm not gonna lie, to be inventing some of these shenanigans. They really have no life or no job.
Across significant e-commerce platforms like
Taobao and I had to make fun of it or so, because like holy shit, dude, the amount of advancement that's happening or so,
office devices you must really have like
nothing else to do in your life.
This is a bit of an older article, I imagine. Yeah, 2025 August. As of like 2 months ago, I've seen the AI sellers are now just big on TikTok. This is what all our RAM is being used for. Pointless shit. Pointless shit? What do you mean? They're selling fucking fake products to fake people using fake people to make fucking imaginary money. This is a requirement for a civilized and,
we are pretty fucked.
Functioning society. The AI influencers will also try to sell you courses to become an AI influencer too.
No.
That one is adorable. It's not the AI influencers. What you'll see oftentimes is people like trying to hawk a course on how you can make your own AI e-commerce shilling avatar, as if it's something hard to do, as if it's not something anybody on the fucking planet with access to the internet can do right now.
I think you can do that right now, actually.
Shameless. It's so shameless.
I think
what percentage of people do you think care about stuff like this? I would hope it's high, but it's probably not. I know people like to pretend that, you know, it's not a lot of people that care about this. You know, it's just people online, terminally online. That's just not true. Your average everyday layman is not thrilled about this shit either, because it is literally directly affecting people's lives right now. My mom and dad are like the least online people imaginable. My mom, I went to dinner with them.
You know, I didn't want to say anything or anything like that, but so when I was driving with my mom, or so, funny story here. She looks at YouTube. Is it YouTube Shorts? Yeah, she looks at YouTube Shorts, right? But in Spanish, right? I hear one of her YouTube Shorts that she watches quite a bit or so, right? And I can tell immediately it's AI. Just by the sound of the voice, it's immediately AI. And then on top of that too as well, she scrolls through like YouTube Shorts and everything, right? And then now I think I don't know how she is in general, right? I told her, it's like, hey, you should put that away or something. It's gonna rot your brain and everything, right? It's a YouTube short, but it has 2 fucking screens on it. It has like a screen of some guy talking or so, and then there was like a woman at the bottom who's saying, hey, you know? And I was just kind of like, I just like turn over and look at my mom or so. I was like, have you been watching like AI YouTube Shorts and like fucking like multi-screen shorts and stuff like that? And she just kind of like was just looking at it. I'm like, hey, you should really put that away or so. That's gonna rot your brain or so.
Tonight, my mom was even talking about funny. How like she just recently learned how to scan things to get rid of her fax machine. She just got
introduced to like some of the technology, people, like some one thing that we always bring up when we talk
is about how fucking terrified they are of AI and how much they hate AI.
She's becoming a Zoomer.
Like, it is a very normal perspective that actual people have about AI being really not good right now. So I think that is a sentiment shared by a lot of people, not just those online. Once the data centers go online and the electric bills go up, shit will get crazy. Oh, and you're already seeing that. We watched, not too long ago, a short news segment on a town that just got a data center installed.
Honestly, I can't really see this.
And they just...
Honestly, my personal opinion, at the end of the day, he's just going to ramble on forward or so. But anyways, not gonna lie though, this shit drove me crazy. Honestly, this shit right here, honestly, it's over. So like this in general is just fucking crazy at the end of the day. There's other clips in general specifically talking about this, but like there was like other videos where, oh damn, was it on, hold on, let me see. I think it was on Asmongold's clip, I think, that had this. I could totally be wrong, but I think it was on this. No, it's not on here. Never mind. I thought it was on here specifically, but there was another clip where it showed like a bunch of other other ladies in general, and it showed like different versions of this, you know? It was just a bunch of other this in general, and it was just other different girls. So there's like already different kinds of girls, and there was like a bunch of different dudes that were like doing this. It's crazy. It's crazy to see that. And then I think in the video specifically, he said, man, like it's over for VTubers and all this other stuff, you know, or maybe the VTubers can adopt this and they become like flesh tubers. Number one, I don't think it's going to happen because specifically, right, 2D will always be more superior than 3D at the end of the day. That's a given fact. 2D is just better than 3D, right? There's just some things that are it just correlates a lot more better in 2D than compared to 3D, doing it in real life and everything like that. I think what we're going to be seeing, if this comes to fruition, where somebody on streaming, someone who streams and everything like that does this, I think we're going to see probably a good chunk of like either female streamers, right? Either female streamers or certain VTubers that aren't technically VTubers that will actually use this technology, right? Because they want to they want to be able to kind of like cheat the system, basically, be able to get ahead of everybody, get up higher in the ranks of Twitch, while me, yours truly or so, is, you know, working with, you know, with her 2 fucking burnt out hands here, you know, and messed up sleep schedule too as well on top of that. You know, as yours truly not going to use any of this stuff or so to get ahead of anybody. Could I use all this stuff to get ahead? I could, but am I going to do it? No. It just kind of like defeats the purpose at the end of the day. So it's going to be definitely a couple of girls from the female streaming community who are not, let's just say, who are not very pretty. And then on top of that, it's going to be certain VTubers who are having a struggle time of climbing up the ladder in the VTuber scene. So they're going to grab this technology and they're going to try to use it specifically to get up higher above everyone else. This is going to be a problem. So it's going to cause a lot of toxicity or so in the actual like streaming and content creation sphere with this tech, because at the end of the day, now you can't even tell who's a real streamer, who is a fake streamer. At the end of the day, people are going to start questioning, are you a real streamer? Are you a fake streamer? Can you like, I don't know, fucking touch your cheeks or something, or touch your boobas or something, or whatever, you know? The rat race. Pretty much the rat race is what's gonna happen. It's basically who's gonna be #1 king of rats at the end of the day with all of this like AI tech and everything. So, well, I just wanted to talk about this because I thought, like, at the end of the day, it's, you know, well, #1, it's gonna be the end of women in general, right? And some people think it's the end of VTubers, but it's not. It's not going to. You're not gonna change an anime loving fan who loves 2D women to love a fake real life woman at the end of the day. It's gonna be over for the women, at least for the top 50. Instead of it being like, let's say, okay, so instead of like, you know how like Asmeko says, in the top 100 of female streamers, they're all attractive. Now it's gonna be top 500, where another random 400 women are just gonna pop out of nowhere, who are just hot, quotation marks, hot. And it's gonna be the top 500 women. And it's gonna be like, kind of very odd how all these 400 random hot women just popped out of nowhere, you know? It's like basically how in the Call of Duty scene, like in the not in Call of Duty, but in the FPS genre, how everybody is now magically an esports god, you know? But we all know for a fact they're not, because, well, they have a little tech or so to help them out. This is going to be the same thing or so for the streaming realm. When this tech becomes available for streaming, I can bet my bottom dollar for 100% fact that a lot of the certain VTubers are going to use this technology, and a lot of women in general are going to use this as well. Oh yeah, no, it's well, we'll see what happens, because at the end of the day, apparently OF bans people who use AI because they don't want AI content creators. But, well, we're gonna see what happens. I think I'd say probably mid of this year or at the end of this year, this technology is going to be available for streaming or content creating in general. So, well, we're gonna see what happens at the end of it.